Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening. Good evening on the East Coast. Good evening on the West Coast, especially on the West Coast, ladies and gentlemen. So, as the title states, Tasha K. Tasha K. Tasha K. Don't nothing get past me with Tasha K. Ladies and gentlemen, the blogger ladies up to no good again. Yes, she is. And as the title says, she strikes back at Kevin Hart in the most vicious way in a response to a lawsuit. No one else has this response but me. And of course, Tasha K. So, ladies and gentlemen, earlier today, my colleague, Pam Intellect, attorney Pam, she reported on a filing by Kevin Hart's assistant regarding the lawsuit that Kevin has filed against the assistant and Tasha K. Now, as I listened to Pamela, the intellect, review the documents, and first thing came to my mind is this was a planned response. And you guys, we're going to put it in context in a second, but you guys got to hit the like because what I'm about to share with you, I didn't even see this one coming, but I saw it coming. And when I saw the response by the assistant who wrote a response pro se, meaning she responded to the Kevin Hart's lawsuit pro se. She wrote to the judge and basically laid out her defense or response. Kevin Hart right now has applied for an ex parte order to have the video taken down off of Tasha K Live, as well as to stop any other videos relative to the claims that the assistant made taken down. So the judge has yet to rule on it. But what gets interesting, we're going to talk a little bit about what Pamela reported today. In the reporting by Pamela, she speaks on the evidence that the assistant is putting out in the public record. So it gets messy. So the assistant is not only doubling down on what she said on Tasha K's platform, she came with receipts. She came with a sofa, a stained sofa, photos of the alleged girlfriend or whatever it would. I don't know if it's a girlfriend, whatever. I'm just saying allegedly because I don't know if anything went down. But what she did was reinforced what she said on Tasha K's interview on a platform. And I did have an opportunity to look at the interview. And before we get to the real meat and potatoes of this, she basically provided Tasha K cover. And when I say provided a cover, she provided in the court filing the receipts that she has said on Tasha K's platform. So I asked myself the question, why would she intentionally bolster what is alleged in the interview with receipts? Now, did she put receipts in there? And in addition to everything, she made an allegation in her response in the court that Kevin Hart allegedly paraded himself partially nude in front of her. Partially. Well, not nude, but he had some allegedly he had some boxes on and so forth. But then in addition to that, she shared some text messages that she sent to Kevin Hart's wife. But she puts all this in the filing. So all this is in the filing. This is today. Let me show you how it gets messy. Today, the 24th, she puts it in the filing. She puts all this in the filing to double down and then add additional stuff. So, but Pamela went over those details in her response. But, ladies and gentlemen, I got the follow up, the part two to the. This appears to be an attack on Kevin Hart. So the assistant files a answer to Kevin Hart's petition today, and Tasha K files a response as well. The initial response that Tasha K's attorney did, the bankruptcy attorney, said basically, well, you can't really sue me now. I'm in bankruptcy. But apparently that wasn't good enough for Tasha K. So Tasha K, through her attorney, her new attorney, files a response. And I have the response. And it gets very interesting. I want you guys, all those who are watching, hit the like button. Make sure you're sharing this because I'm about to bring the receipts up. And I'm saying they are playing in Kevin Hart's face. Tasha K's response suggests that those two, the assistant and Tasha K, is running a campaign against Kevin Hart. Because the assistant responded and she said, doubled down on what she said in the interview, but added some more allegations to her claims. Then Tasha K today, and this is where it gets good. We're going to bring the receipts up right now. We are going to bring the receipts up right now. And I hopefully you guys can see this, but I'm going to pull it up right now. Hold on. Here we go. Let's go. This is interesting here. What did she think she was doing? Here we go. We're going to do the first one. Wow. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen. So Tasha K has responded. We're going to read this, and this is going to get a little messy. As you can see, this is for those who can see this. This is Yelling Entertainment, opposition to plaintiff's ex parte application for a temporary restraining order and orders to show cause, reissuance of a preliminary injunction. So this is Tasha K's response. We're going to read this here, ladies and gentlemen, and I've blown it up. Hopefully you guys can see it. I'm not reading any comments, but I'm going to read this right now. Here's the introduction. Plaintiff Kevin Hart is a celebrity and a star of, among other movies, Jumanji films, Captain Underpants, and a 2017 sex tape that famously co-stars someone other than his wife. Oh, they go in right away. They talk about his 2017 sex tape to continue to smear Kevin Hart's name in the opening of their response. Let's see here. That was the subject of national news coverage at the time, and the subject of a widely reported lawsuit in this court. And they reference the case number Hart, also known as Kevin Hart faces a $60 million lawsuit over a 2017 Las Vegas hotel room recording. So they don't waste any time. They want Kevin Hart to know that, and this is in my opinion, this is a coordinated effort by the assistant as well as Tasha K's lawyers. Tasha, we see what you're doing here, lady. We see exactly what you're doing here. And this is obviously to garner the attention of media. Because if you have that in the opening of your boilerplate, you're trying to send a message. Let's go. This action and Hart's urgent request for a temporary restraining order, a TRO, arises out of his objection to an interview of his former assistant, Maisha Shakes, published on December 22nd, 2023, on the Tasha K Live, a news and entertainment program produced by defendant Yellen Entertainment, LLC. It's Yellen Entertainment, ladies and gentlemen. It is not by Kiwi Studios. That business has been dissolved. So let's go to the other document. This is the first part. Let me get to the second page, ladies and gentlemen. Let me pull the second page up. We're going to remove this one. We have a second page. Here we go. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to pull this thing up here. Hold on. Let me bring that up wide. Let me go ahead. Okay. Let's go. Hopefully you guys can see this. I'm reading it from a bigger screen over here. Hold on. Okay, here we go. Line 2 to line 3. Let's get it. Okay. Kevin Hart faces a $60 million lawsuit over 2017 Las Vegas hotel room recording. USA Today, September 17, 2019. They have a link to the news article. Jamie Burton, Kevin Hart's sex tape lawsuit to go to trial. Newsweek. So they reference different articles that the alleged sex tape was. Well, it's not alleged. It was a sex tape. Was that appeared in the news outlets covered it. This action and Hart's urgent request for a temporary restraining order arises out of his objection to an interview of his former assistant, Maisha Shakes, published on December 23rd, 2023 on Tasha K Live, a news and entertainment program produced by defendant Yellen Entertainment, LLC, and featuring defendant Latasha Transrena Kibi. Remember Transrena? We'll talk about that later. In the nearly 1.5 hour interview, Kibi and Shakes discuss, among other things, Hart's sex tape, the public controversy surrounding and arising from its release, and Shakes' theory, the reasons for which she disclosed in the interview that Hart filmed the footage. So now they're doubling down in the response to Kevin Hart. They also discussed the legal claims filed against Hart by the woman in the video, referencing the charges she alleged in the lawsuit. By his own admission, Hart has known about the Shakes interview for at least 2 months. He claims that he was alerted to the interview before it aired, and that his lawyers sent Kibi and Yellen a letter as early as November 22nd, 2023, demanding that they refrain from publishing it. So they give a reference citation to the lawsuit. Tasha K Live aired the interview on December 22nd. Hart and K Hart Enterprises, together Hart, filed this lawsuit on December 26th. So what Kevin had said previously, that he was contacted by someone from her team requesting $250,000. Tasha K doesn't mention any request of money in her lawsuit. And what she does is respond that he had some knowledge of the interview coming out. We don't know exactly how he had that knowledge. He's saying that someone from her team contacted him, and she's saying that he has some knowledge. But let's see what else she says in this filing. By his own admission, Hart has known about the Shakes interview for at least 2 months. He claims that he was alerted to the interview before it aired, and that his lawyers sent Kibi and Yellen a letter as early as November 22nd, 2023, demanding that they refrain from publishing it. Tasha K Live aired the interview on December 22nd. Hart and K Hart Enterprises, together, Hart filed the suit on December 26th, which I read already. Still, Hart waited until January 19, 2024 to ask the court to issue an emergency ex parte TRO granting an extraordinary mandatory injunction that would, one, require Yellen to remove the entire nearly 90-minute Tasha K Live episode and related promotional YouTube posts, and 2, prohibit yelling and other defendants from any further speech or publication, not only about the interview, but also about any related content or any other statement regarding Hart. So I don't really think that the judge will grant the ex parte uh, motion, because if you guys remember, during the Cardi B Tasha K lawsuit, Cardi wanted her to take the videos down. And I can tell you that the lawyers for Cardi B fought tooth and nail to have YouTube take the videos down, but they didn't take it down until they weren't going to take it down until a judge told them to take it down. So it never happened. So I do not believe that Kevin Hart will prevail in this for a number of reasons. I think one is jurisdiction. I don't think they have jurisdiction over Tasha K in her in her videos. She's not a resident of California. Now they may have jurisdiction over the assistant, but the assistant doesn't own Tasha K's platform. So I don't know if they would even have a chance to prevail. There's a lot more to this response, but basically Tasha K is doubling down on what she believes should happen, and she's saying basically that Kevin Hart doesn't deserve to have a restraining order granted on on the video, her interview. And I don't think that the judge is going to. I personally don't think the judge is going to grant Kevin Hart, just based on what the history has shown, how judges view sounds, putting a muzzle on the First Amendment. They want the judge in another jurisdiction. It's not in a federal case. They want a California judge to rule in favor of Kevin Hart, when I don't know if they have jurisdiction over Tasha K. But we will have to see about that. But I think this is interesting that they both filed law responses. One is let's just say back to back. And I think it was all coordinated. I think it's all coordinated. I think that this whole the smear campaign that Maisha has done in her response, and then the response that Tasha K has done by way of her attorney, starting off with the sex tape, it's like that's the crux of the story. That was never the crux of the story. There was a series of things that the assistant alleged in her interview with Tasha K. But she also, in this newest filing that attorney Pamela read earlier, she talked about things that she never talked about on Tasha K's platform. So she never talked about Kevin Hart walking in a room and not fully dressed. She never said that. And there was other things that she said in her response that wasn't said on Tasha K's platform. So I believe the two of them, in my opinion, the two of them are doubling down, and they are further trying to smear this man's name by way of filings. And this is a tactic that is always used when you're trying to garner more attention to the, I guess in this case, to her interview. So we see what you're doing, Tasha K and Maisha. We see what you're both are doing. I just think it's interesting that Kevin is fighting so hard for this, and he has the right to do it. But I don't think he's going to prevail, especially in light of the fact that this girl has provided receipts. Well, she can't really prove the whole couch situation, but she's communicating with Kevin Hart's wife. And I thought, reading the text messages that she was sending to Kevin Hart's wife, it was very intentional, in my opinion. She said all these bad things about her husband, and then she turns around afterwards and sends the apology to Kevin Hart's wife. After she does all this, sends pictures and everything, picture of the couch, picture of. So this is how the blogging lady moves. And I don't think that the girl herself, I'm not giving her a pass on anything. I don't think the assistant is doing this on her own. I believe this is a concerted effort by Tasha K and the assistant. The timing is perfect. The assistant responded today, and Tasha K responded today. Well, tomorrow, today. Well, that's another story. That's another story. All I'm telling you, ladies and gentlemen, I got it. I got the exclusive. I hate pouring other people's tea and disrespect, but I had to. So maybe they'll modify it, maybe they'll rescind it. I don't know. But right now, as it looks, Tasha K is doubling down. And I'm gonna grab the tablet here. I think I'm gonna read a little more. Let's see here. I'm gonna read a little more. Let's see what else I got here. Oh my goodness. Okay, we're gonna go a little further. We're gonna read a little more of this. The court should deny this request. Hart's delay in seeking preliminary relief is reason enough on its own. So they're claiming that because he didn't request relief early on, it shouldn't happen. Well, it's from December to the 26th to like the 19th. I don't think that's too far along. I think a judge still can grant if the judge wanted to, but their reason is the timing. I think I think a better argument would be that this would be a violation of your First Amendment. I think that would have been a more better approach than saying he waited too long. I don't think that's gonna. I don't think that makes much sense. I would have argued that maybe the First Amendment, you trampling on my First Amendment right, freedom of press. I mean, I'm not an attorney, but waiting too long. No, he could have been. This is a busy guy. He could have said, "Listen, I've been traveling. This, it could be a number of reasons, but waiting too long. I don't think that's going to fly too much." Let's see what else he says here. She says here. Even if the court were to look past his unexplained delay, Hart has not carried his burden of showing entitlement to a TRO, much less to a preliminary injunction. Most important of all, the court should reject Hart's request because his proposed TRO is flatly prohibited by the First Amendment. Okay, so she mentions it. Okay, I'm glad I didn't read that part, but it's prohibited by the First Amendment, which I agree, of the U.S. Constitution, by Article 1, Section 2 of the California Constitution as well, which provides an even broader guarantee of the right of free speech and the press than does the First Amendment. So she did it. So he waited till I don't think that's going to fly. The violation of her First Amendment, I think that's accurate, and she would know that better than anyone because that is why the videos on in Cardi B's case didn't come down right away because the courts did not want to act in that fashion, knowing they would probably violate her First Amendment. Tasha K waited until it got to the courtroom and waited until a jury told her. Had she listened to maybe her lawyers, I don't know if the lawyers told her to listen, you should take it down because you're going to lose this case. But she stood on business and she kept the videos up in Cardi B's case and see what the end result is. Now, I don't know if Tasha K thinks that this is going to garner more traffic to the interview, which it probably is, because now more people want to see the interview, and they're both attacking from the left and the right. The assistant and Tasha K is attacking them in writing, and she could say, no, this is not coordinated effort. Come on, Tasha. We know this is a coordinated effort by you and the assistant. And I don't know if the assistant violated any NDAs, but she says a lot more in her response than she said on Tasha K. Like he was trying to silence her. She was suffering from a mental issue, and it gave the impression that he was trying to pay her off, and that's what she's kind of said in her response earlier today. And we're talking about Maisha, but now Tasha K responds. She doesn't wait to for the court to say, "Well, we really you're in bankruptcy. It's not much we can do." They want to come back in with a response because they don't want that video to come down based on a judge's order. If the judge rules, "Hey, this video got to come down," she doesn't make the money off all the people trying to look at the video. So I see why she responded, but it was a lot of messiness in the response. It was a lot of messiness in the response, and I just want to see whether or not Kevin Hart. I'm gonna say this. I don't think this case is gonna go to trial. I don't think this case is going to trial. I don't think Kevin Hart is going to take this to distance. I think that it's probably going to get resolved sooner than later, but I don't see it going the distance. Just imagine Kevin Hart coming in the court and even have to testify to this crap. It was just messy, and his whole argument is that it's messing up his image. So what do you think a full-blown lawsuit, a trial is going to do to his image? And all these salacious allegations are being played in front of jurors. And then there were claims about insurance fraud and all kind of crazy stuff. I don't think Kevin Hart wants that to happen. I don't think he wants that, even if it's not true. The fact that they would be saying this, and it's in California, it's going to be covered by the media. It's going to be cameras in the courtroom. Unlike Tasha K's federal case, no cameras in the courtroom. So I think it's going to get resolved sooner than later. I think it's going to get resolved sooner than later. But I see what's happening now. They're going to keep doubling down. Whenever he responds, they're going to add more salacious stuff to their response. I think the assistant needs to get an attorney. Tasha K is covered. And this is another thing. This girl went on her platform and did this interview, left herself exposed to this lawsuit that obviously she's in now. Tasha K is responding with a counsel. Tasha K is not coming in there pro se. She has counsel, and her counsel is responding in the fashion that she knows she has to respond in order to get the judge's attention and get your attention. So I see what Tasha K has done. This is interesting. Let's see what else. Let me go over the argument here. I think I have another page of the argument. Hart cannot carry his burden to obtain a TRO or preliminary injunction. To obtain any preliminary injunction, expedited, ex parte, or otherwise, Hart must demonstrate a likelihood of success on the merits and establish that the balance of the risk of possible harms weighs in his favor. Is more case citation. Affirming denial of injunction where plaintiff offered only passing arguments and failed to meet evidentiary burden. Hart cannot do either. First, Hart has not demonstrated a likelihood of success on the merits of his claim for defamation, the alleged harms from which are the sole basis of his TRO. We got another page here. Let's see here. Okay. First, Hart has not demonstrated likelihood of success on the merits of his claim for defamation, the alleged harms from which are the sole basis of his TRO. See ex parte app 1. Hart objects to the suggestion that he filmed a sex tape and the reference to charges that were plainly referring to civil claims that are a matter of public record. So what they're saying is he was in the initial lawsuit. Hart said that they accused him of a crime. They're saying that they only reference what was already made public in a previous lawsuit. So they're basically saying, nah, Judge, everything we said was on record. It's nothing that we said that it cannot be pulled on public record or something that's been mentioned already in news articles or so forth. Okay, hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. He has not alleged, much less shown a likelihood of success on improving that these statements were actionable statements of fact versus protected opinion, that they are probably false, or that these statements, rather than the years of coverage of the sex tape and legal claims against him, cause him harm. This is to say nothing of fault. Hart concedes in his ex parte TRO application that he must prove actual malice, but his only theory that defendants should have investigated further before publishing ex parte has been rejected by the Supreme Court as insufficient. So now they're saying that his argument has already been shot down by Supreme Court, and they reference the Supreme Court case. Oh, they ain't. Tasha knew he was coming for her. Tasha knew he was coming for her ass. But she had someone ready. So she had someone this time. Listen, this ain't no work of Olga. I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen. This is a better attorney. This is not Olga's work. So they're literally ready for the fight. And the more Kevin is pushing, they're going to push harder because it keeps her name in the news. And I think he kind of filed this case prematurely. This is my opinion. I don't think this case, again, I keep saying it, but this is not like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. These guys, they're not coming and sitting in the courtroom with Tasha K. Cardi did it because Cardi had a strong basis for a lawsuit. And as the results show, she won. But this is not that case. I'm sorry, Kevin. I've seen enough of these, and this is not the case. This is not the case. This assistant is listening on your wall, eavesdropping it. Okay, who's the attorney? It's not Olga. I'll tell you the attorney's name. It's not Olga. Hold on. Who's the attorney here? The law firms of Dewey, Howie, and Cheatham. The law firms of Dewey, Howie, and Cheatham. Did anyone catch that? That was a joke. Dewey, Howie, and Cheatham. No, Tasha K is represented by, hold on. Ballard Spears LLP, New York law firm. Let's see. And no, hold on. They have a New York offices, and they have a DC office, and they came pro hoc vici, meaning they're not barred in California, but she got herself a New York lawyer. The New York lawyer is trying to get that clout. I ain't say they try to really get the clout, but you know. Man, this is all right, Tasha. I see what you're doing here. I see what you're doing, Tasha. I see what you're doing here. So this is the latest developments. It's more to this. But I want to is a part 2 to this, but I want to wait till tomorrow to do a part 2. I'm not worried about anyone talking about it before I do the part 2, because that's gonna be in the morning. But let's just say this is getting messier and messier. And Tasha wants this. This helps her I guess the video that she has on Tasha K Live do better numbers because Kevin's pushing hard. This is a big name. Kevin, I don't know why you're wasting your time with this. I don't know why you're wasting your time with this. You're giving life to something that don't need life. If you and your wife is good, I mean, I don't know. I probably wouldn't responded like that. You said the wife. I'm gonna read some of the comments. The wife can come in on the assistant. Now she's not using Olga this time. Tasha K coming in hot. He those attorneys around because you might need him for that federal situation. By the way, we gonna talk about that later, huh? Hold on. We ain't talking about YSL right now. Hold on. So Kevin Hart did have Famous. Someone actually had. Do you have a YouTube channel taken? And I'll tell you why the channel was taken down because it was a show of the sex tape, and obviously they don't play that anyway. That was coming down. That was coming down, and that was from Famous, or now she's known now as Gossip in the City. But yeah, he had that shut down. This is different. This is different. Tasha ain't show no sex tape. She didn't, this when I looked at the interview. I looked at the interview that she did. Uh I didn't see Tasha do anything wrong in that interview. As a journalist, she, she asked the questions, the girl provided the answers. She pressed on some things, I would guess, or they may have coordinated, but it was not an interview that you would say, oh, this girl's allowed making up stuff. No, this is what this girl, the assistant, is saying. Now, is the assistant lying? Well, that remains to be seen. Did she lie on Tasha K? That remains to be seen. Did Tasha K tell her to say these things? I don't know. I wasn't there. Was this a manufactured interview? I don't know. I wasn't there. Did it look like a clean interview? It was back and forth. It appeared to be a clean interview. The problem I have is this girl went on her platform. I don't think that she's getting a percentage of the interview, but she responded pro se. She doesn't have an attorney to fight Kevin Hart. So why did she go out there like that? She doesn't even have an attorney to fight Kevin Hart. And Tasha K ain't giving her a lawyer. So I don't know. You had to see this coming. What's this girl taking advantage of? Did Tasha K tell this girl that chances are you're going to get sued? Did the girl know this? I don't know. It gives me the impression that Tasha was just looking out for herself. Just looking out for herself. So this girl's exposed, overexposed at this point, and she's overexposed by the person who got sued and lost. Now, the what I can see happening here is the girl may lose more than Tasha K. The assistant may lose. But do I see Tasha K losing in this? I don't know about this one. I agree with you, Sexy. I agree with you. If I was Kevin Hart, I would just let this thing fly. The more you talk about it, Kevin, the more it's going to grow legs, and the more it's going to affect you. Just think about this, Kevin. The more Tasha talked about R. Kelly, the more people were interested in the R. Kelly story. And some won't say, but Tasha K's consistent coverage of R. Kelly led to a documentary, a docuseries. And then let's move to the next one. The more Tasha K talked about Cardi B, the more Tasha K numbers grew, the more she benefited. The more Kevin Hart talks about this by way of his legal filings, the more it's going to be in the news. The more I'll talk about it, the more other people will talk about it. I would just let this thing fly and just, the rule, deny, deny, deny. But now when, like when you react in this manner, it gives people a reason to think. And then the fact that the girl's pro se, she's going to get a little more latitude in the courts because she's representing herself. And she's saying some of the craziest things. And, if you were worried about your brand being hurt, this probably would hurt your brand, the fact that you've been talking about it. I'll just let it go. Let it go. Just tonight, if it didn't happen tonight, if it did happen, what if you got busy in your office? I mean, that's on you. But you talking about it means that you feel that you've done something wrong. If it didn't happen, it didn't happen. But the lawsuits, and you file a lawsuit against a person who's already in bankruptcy. That's not really that smart. And the girl, that the assistant, she don't have any money either. So what is this for? To let the public think that your hands are clean? I don't know. This is kind of weird. You see, Will Smith and Jada never filed the lawsuit. They're not giving that, whatever the assistant says. And think about this. That assistant, Will Smith's assistant, got on Tasha K's platform and other platforms and said he had receipts. He had this, he has that. I'm releasing in 2 weeks, 1 more week, in 5 days, 3 days, 2 days. That was last month. Nothing. They hyped it up. And nothing came of it. And I'm not even going to talk about the other guy, Mr. Keys. He hyped it up in 2023. Showed evidence, what appeared to be evidence and recordings and all this. He's going to, nothing happened of it. It was a lot of hype. And when you keep giving people the attention that they want, how does that benefit you? It doesn't benefit you at all. I would have definitely told you probably no. Don't pay. Listen, pay her dust. And the assistant, you get, even if you gave her an NDA, what good is it if you can't collect on it? If you can't collect on the person violating your NDA, what good is it? It doesn't really make any sense at this point. You're fighting a losing battle, in my opinion. You can't get blood out of a turnip. And we do know Tasha K's hiding her money. She is hiding her money. So what are you doing? Oh man, I don't know. Ladies and gentlemen, this is what you will see going forward when others are moving like Tasha K. There's some, I'm gonna say this. There's some of you out there that I'm watching that have done similar to what Tasha K's done, but haven't been sued yet. Because you're pushing the envelope. You're stacking your paper, but you're waiting for but it's going to be one time someone's going to call you out and say, no. Let's bring her in court. Let's bring him in court. They're waiting. They're waiting till you get a big enough bag so they can collect. We've seen the play already. We've seen the play. But we'll see. I know you say I bet R. Kelly's laughing. I mean, it's just, let me say something. Tasha, I ain't really trying to help you promote your Tasha K live, but if it's going to bring Cardi B closer to her money, well, don't sound like, because you're hiding your money. So really don't, like, we ain't going to talk about the other parts of this. Let those boys deal with that. I'm just talking about this right now. But yeah, Kevin, you You're wasting your time because Tasha's going to go on to the next celebrity. She's going to move to the next celebrity, and she's going to, do what she does. She gets the biggest targets, and you guys fall for it all the time. Not all of you. Some of you didn't. Some of you did just let her go. No one just said anything. But some of you just fall for it. She always finds the biggest targets, and then she go at it. And you guys make it bigger and bigger and bigger. That's just what it is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you coming in. If you guys, let's see. I want to see if you guys have any questions. Let's see. Okay, so AR, I saw your question. Do you think Kevin Hart should address it on someone's platform, sit down and talk about the accusations? I think that would be probably. Let me think about that. If he's going to say anything, probably he can control the. Yeah, I think he probably should have probably got on someone's platform and just made fun of it and just not even fed into it. Filing a lawsuit is opening cans of worms that you don't want open. But yeah, maybe you should have got on someone's platform and talked about, whatever. I'm not going to give you advice right now, but there's different ways that you could have approached it. Let's see here. Let's see here. Yeah, I'm gonna. It's several pages. This lawsuit. I'm gonna read part two tomorrow. Uh, I might let one of my colleagues read it, but basically, they're doubling down, playing in his face, and he's falling for it. This girl, and the other thing that I heard Pam talk about in the assistant's responses that she was contacted by several members of Hart's team before the filing, and she even filed a police report because apparently someone she claimed threatened her. But at the end of the day, this was she signed up. This comes with the territory. You out there putting the man's business out there. You got paid to. I don't know. You set yourself up. I mean, just weird. I don't think I don't. It's not. It's beyond that. Uh, mental evaluation. No, 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 no. Tasha K is very, very manipulative, and I mean, people see how she move, and that's just we'll just see what happens. That's all I can say right now on that question. I can't really say too much on that right now. Uh, yes, she's playing with people's lives, and it's fun and games right now. Uh, but he who's he who he who laughs last laughs best. He who laughs last laughs best. And we'll see who laughs last. You know, Tori, I see you've been saying a bunch of stuff here, Tori. What are you saying? Let me see what you're saying. Let's see, Tori. What are you saying, Tori? Oh no, it costs money for each filing. All these cases require different types of lawyers that specialize in certain types of cases. Where's the money coming from? TK, TK. Yeah, where that money come from, Tasha K? Where's that money coming from, Tasha K? Where is that money coming from, Tasha K? You're right, Toria. Lawyer's course and mm, mm, mm. Good question. Good question. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is going to conclude the live for now. We will resume tomorrow. The YSL trial continues tomorrow. There was the court had an unexpected emergency, so they had to cancel the court in the YSL trial. It will commence again tomorrow morning, I believe at 10 o'clock, and I'm on pool for another case. But yes, Carnival Baby said, "Don't back down from Kevin Hart." Tasha ain't backing down. This is what she wants. She ain't backing down for Kevin Hart. She knows this case is this one right here. This is that weak one. It's a weak one. But the more he talks about it, the more she benefits from it. Trust. The more he talks about it, the more he's fighting for a protective order, a restraining order. It's like, come on, Kevin, your lawyers got to know that they're not going to silence the First Amendment. And she's resting on First Amendment freedom of press. They're not. I wouldn't take an interview down until a judge told me to take it down. I'm not taking the interview down. If it's an interview that was consenting, and I did the fact checking, and it's not just someone's talking. I got to see proof. I have to see proof, or that interview's not going up. You're not just going to say anything on the platform, open me up to a lawsuit. But we don't know exactly. Well, she was showing the girl on her interview photos and everything else, talking about the people downstairs seeing you. I mean, it's just messy. The lawsuit is messy. And it wouldn't have been a lawsuit if he didn't file first. If she just went on the platform, said what she said, they didn't have to respond. And I would agree with the one of the commenters. He could have just did an interview and just shot that all down. What's she talking about? That ain't my couch. Where the receipts at? It's just too much, man. You giving this girl too much attention, and when people she's talked about is not even responding. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for coming in. I will be back tomorrow at some point in time to discuss. No, as a matter of fact, hold on a second. I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds to I'm gonna give you guys 30 seconds. I want you guys to hit the like button. I'm gonna give you 30 seconds. Let's go. Okay, you should have been smashing that like button, It doesn't cost you anything to hit that like button. Make sure you're hitting that like button. Make sure you are sharing this video, and make sure you're back here tomorrow so we can go back and to look at the other part of Tasha K's response to Kevin Hart. Pretty entertaining. Pretty entertaining, to say the least. Until next time, I'm out.